All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Super Metroid Randomizer race brought to you by the Randomizer League and by Speed Gaming. Today we have just a simple little boss order with a major minor split as far as logic goes. We got 5 runners total running. On screen, we see 64-bit Link, Alfonso, Plumpst, and Pizza. We have 2 runners from the league, 2 runners not in the league. So it should be very interesting to see how they do on this little boss order randomizer. So this is being that this is major minor. We do have the normal setup where the major items, as defined by the items you see on the tracker, the grapple beam, the X-ray scope, E-tanks and reserve tanks are going to be mixed within each other. The minor items, the missiles, power bombs, and super missiles are going to be randomized amongst each other. The one exception being the right side supers in the wreck ship switched with an E-tank near high jump boots, so to make the wreck ship a little bit more enticing to go early on. And of course, the other difference here is we are randomizing those bosses, so at least one boss will not be in its, well, at least 2 really, guaranteed not to have vanilla bosses. And let's see, what do you want for that first item, chat? Ooh, everybody's favorite spring ball. And of course, he'll now have to get the morph ball in the ceiling. Plump's having a little bit of trouble first try. Let's see. Pizza gets it. And Link. It's like Plump's going to reset the room. Very nice. We do find some power bombs here, so we won't have to be searching for those power bombs. It's like Plumps is going to go ahead and reset that room again. And he gets it now. And a super missile. So we have all the ammo types that we need, so we don't have to worry about searching for ammo. So Pizza is going to at least check the item over here. And another pack of power bombs. Looks like he's going to go full on meme route. I kind of like this decision. He's got supers. He's got 2 packs of power bombs now. Plump's also going to check that. Oh, sorry. Link also going to check that item. Let's see if he continues on. One thing that's interesting here. So it turns out you can actually kill those big side hoppers with 1 super and a regular pea shooter shot. So Plump's Pizza taking a few extra shots there that he doesn't need to take. Does side pick up some missiles. Link gonna go ahead and go meme route as well. Does it with power bombs. Alfonso, the only one that's gonna go regular. Nope. Plump's gonna go ahead on back after picking up those extra power bombs. It does give the runners enough power bombs to go ahead and check gauntlets, so that's certainly a good thing. Oh, and Pete getting another pack of power bombs. So I really like that this meme route here is a really nice one. Already at 15 power bombs, will very easily be able to check gauntlet if they want to when they get back up there. And already having wave beam. Pete hasn't checked that item yet, so he'll have to do the gate glitch here. Link, on the other hand, will be able to just use that wave beam and. No, wait, it looks like Pete did pick up the wave beam because he just shot that gate. But just an E-tank here, but at this point, you need those at some point, so might as well pick it up. And we did just see an E-tank get bombed Torizo. Plump's taking his time up the climb, just gonna do it, hopping up the left side. And with only 5 power bombs, Elf not able to check Gauntlet. He didn't even check the, didn't get any of the extra power bombs or other runners have. Okay, Pete head down to the Edikun pit. And just an E-Tank. But does pick up some super missiles, which is always useful. Okay, Elf going to be the first one to see what's at the early supers location. And we get... well, at least an extra pack of supers here. And another extra pack of supers. And Varia suit. Oh, baby. An early Varia suit. And more supers for Elf. Whole lot of supers in that early supers location, which is nice because they don't have charge beam yet. If they want to head over to the wreck ship, if they have enough supers to kill Ridley, then it's a 3 out of 4 chance that they can kill the boss there. To answer the question, Varia is very much in logic, that Mach Ball being required a lot of the time in randomizers. You cannot expect you don't expect to have speed booster before that location. Link gonna head over to his early supers area, gonna get his Varia suit. It'll be interesting to see where these runners go. So Plums and Elf, no doubt, are gonna head straight on over to Big Pink. But Link and Pizza haven't done meme route. We'll see if they go to the wreck ship early or if they decide to do something else. A lot of people don't like the early wreck ship play in the boss randomizer setup. I kind of like it, depending on how good your CWJ is, depending on how good your movement items are to get over there. Just having the knowledge of what's over there, it can be pretty big. And if it's a boss you can kill, if it's Fantoon, it opens up the wreck ship, of course. But if it's, say, Kraid, then you've got that item over at the Kraid E-Tank that you can get when you head down there. Okay, looks like Pete decided to check the back of Gauntlet. I did not see what the minor items were there. He'd really like to find one more super pack. Oh, and I didn't even realize that we'd gotten Grapple Beam in Terminator. So that opens up X-Ray Scope. It actually makes the wreck ship a very, very nice play, but much quicker. You don't have to do a CWJ to get in there. So I suspect Pete and Link will both at least hit up the wreck ship and see what's there. Okay, Pete heading out of the Bomb Trizo area. Probably gonna go to Gauntlet. Definitely at least gonna go to the ship here. Let's see what those. Link also checking the animal. There is a super pack back there. Link already has 30 supers, so it's not as big a deal for him. But at this point, I might just go collect those. Just to make sure that if that's Ridley at the wreck ship, I can defeat Ridley. The only boss right now that I can't get is Dragon. Although if you can do a grapple jump out, you actually can do that. We do have a grapple beam to get out. That is not in logic, but definitely an option for the runners. Looks like Link is still checking ammo. He's definitely got to be thinking about that possible Ridley play with the wreck ship. And gets a super pack for his trouble, so he should be in really good shape if it does turn out to be Ridley at the wreck ship. And what do we have at Gauntlet itself? Just a reserve tank. Okay, Pete's gonna reset over that. Okay, so Pete is gonna head over to wreck ship, it looks like. There's a couple more places he can pick up an ammo pack if he does, to make this a safe Ridley fight. Right now, I think he has enough with the power bombs. He would need 30 missiles to supplement those. Okay, this power bomb pack should get him to enough. But that'd be a very tight Ridley fight if that's who's there. Meanwhile, Elf and Plum's just going to head on down through the Green Hills Zone. We'll see if either one of them decides to make the play up to the wreck ship through Red Tower or not. Link going to take a save. He's probably going to go ahead and check that gauntlet. He knows what's in the back. We'll see if he resets over the reserve tank. And we'll see if he decides to get the ammo in the back to get those extra supers. Plum's going to be the first one to... Actually, Plum's and Elf both heading over to X-Ray. Oh, and Pete getting a nice extra super pack in the wreck ship area. And the one item we can get before the wreck ship is activated. And Plasma Beam for Plumst. Very nice item to get. Doesn't really help him immediately, but if he does get Charge Beam, that'll be a very nice item to have. And, and lo and behold, we have a Ridley fight. This is actually really interesting because depending on what items are where, we may never have to come back to the wreck ship. This might be similar to a regular non-boss order route where where we leave wreck ship for last. Pete didn't quite have all the ammo starting off, so he is going to use a whole lot of power bombs. Also, not a particularly safe Ridley fight as we don't have gravity suit. This is like half of what you'd have in an any percent, because in an any percent, even if you do have all 3 E-tanks, and don't plan on picking up the Ridley E-tank as your 3rd E-tank, you're gonna have gravity suit. And Pete is gonna have to look after that health. He is trying to get Ridley to that pink color. Looks like he just got there, so now he can spam those super missiles. Link picking up more extra ammo on his way over. Probably going to pick up those saved supers that Pete got. Looks like Spazer just had an E-tank. Oh, and Pete taking a death. I don't know if he saved in the wreck ship or if he saved at the... No, he's back at the ship. At the regular ship. We'll see if he goes back. Knowing now that it is Ridley, I wouldn't be surprised if he does go back, but probably wants to make sure he has the full supers going in. Meanwhile, Plum's heading down into Norfair. Elf is going to go ahead and save over here in the Crazed Lair area, probably, because he doesn't know what boss he's going to fight. For him, it could be Dragon. He won't be able to do that. But if it's Phantoon or Kraid, he will be able to. I kind of like what Plumps does better here. I like the idea of at least checking the business center area, maybe saving there before heading over to the Kraid area. Less backtracking for a reset, if nothing else. Okay, Pete's not going to go back to Ridley. He knows Ridley's there. Figures might as well come back there after the wreck ship is activated. Maybe I can get an item. Meanwhile, Link going to go ahead and do his Ridley fight. He's in a little better shape in terms of ammo with 37 supers. Still has the same suits and E-tank restrictions, though, so it is going to be a rough fight for him, potentially. This is definitely worse than what he would do in an any percent fight. But that super count is going to make it a lot easier, because in an any percent, you're not going to have all those supers you're going to be doing with the charge plasma. Okay, Pete going to go over and get his plasma beam. Okay, Elf farming up to make sure that if he has to fight Ridley, he can do it. We, of course, know it's not going to be Ridley. And Link doing a very nice job on his Ridley fight. And he'll be able to get the item here. Let's see what it is. Ooh, and Charge Beam for Plumps at High Jump Boots. And a Vanilla Kraid. Oh, and Gravity Suit. Oh, baby. So Wreck Ship was the play, and unfortunately for Pete, he abandoned it, having had trouble with that Ridley fight. It might be a while before he gets back up there. Elf with a stood up Kraid, gonna have to do this the hard way. But manages to get through. A Link gonna have to leave the wreck ship, but for his case, he probably doesn't have to come back here. He doesn't know it yet, but he's gonna run it into Charge Beam. The only question is, will he need Speed or Ice to get to the Dragon location? Or will he be able to kill Dragon before the Dragon location and be able to skip that area? And Plumps decides to leave Norfair. Probably took a save. Let's see if he goes and checks out the crate area. Okay, Elf gonna give us a first look at what the crate E-Tank has for us. And it's just a Phaser Beam. He's not gonna pick that up. He's already got Plasma. Pete looks like he's also gonna clear out the business center before checking the crate location. Plumps into his crate fight. Elf runs into his Charge Beam. That'll be good for him. Link's still picking up ammo. Doesn't know he's going to be able to pick up that Charge Beam. So far, we've seen a very super heavy seed here. Link gonna go get his Plasma Beam. And right now we're kind of just all repeating each other's movements. So I'll take this time to ask that everybody please go ahead and drop these runners a follow. Taking time out of their day to entertain you. Okay, Plum's making his way over to Bubble Mountain, so we'll get some new checks over there. What's really bad for these runners that are down here in Norfair that haven't gotten their gravity suit, if they find high jump boots and if Dragon is at Ridley, then this could really troll them big. So strangely enough, the worst thing that Plumpst, Pizza, and Elf can find down here is high jump boots. Unless, of course, the boss down there is Fantoon, and then it's fine. Looks like Plumps is going to bet on Croc first. Not a bad idea when you have the Charge Plasma. You will have to gate glitch to get to the Grapple Beam item. But with Charge Plasma, this will be a very quick fight. Okay, Elf going to show us what's at the mountain area. Link having the gravity suit does go ahead and open up the tube as he goes in. He's the only one with the gravity suit. Oh, and Screw Attack for Alfonso. A very nice item. Not progression by any means right now, but it will make his lower Norfair a lot safer. It looks like we didn't see much at the Croc item. Pete headed back down to Norfair, having done his Kraid fight. Okay, Plump's gonna go ahead and go for that gate glitch to get to the grapple beam item here. Has no trouble with it. Just an E-Tank get wave beam for Elf. So we have 2 more locations in Norfair before we can call this maybe not a bust, but certainly not what they're looking for. And there are those high jump boots for Plumpst. So we'll see if that sends him over to Norfair, or if he ends up going back to the wreck ship. And we'll see the Norfair Reserve tank on Elf screen over here, heading over to the Norfair Reserve. Actually, we're seeing it on Pete. It's just an E-Tank. Kind of a good news, bad news thing for Link. He's probably not going to pick up those high jump boots, because he's probably never going to go to Croc. On the other hand, he doesn't need them to get down. Right now, he has the ability to get to Norfair with the gravity jump, and he can get through worse for the game with the spring ball jump. He will potentially be in go mode once he finds that charge beam, depending on where Dragon is. Link almost jumping into that spacer and then realizing, oh wait, it's good I missed that. So, does not pick up the spacer beam. Link about to get his charge beam. Okay, Elf now heading down over to Crockermire. It will be interesting to see how much Link checks before he heads down to Lower Norfair. A Screw Attack and that High Jump Boost both would be really useful items for him, but not necessary. Oh, and it was Ice Beam over a Croc, so... So Croc does have something good. So between all the runners, we're in a no mode situation. Link still needs to either get that Ice Beam, a Speed Booster, or kill Dragon to be able to get over to the boss in the Meridia area. And Link's starting to skip E-Tanks. He's got 5, that should be plenty for him. Pete gonna go ahead and get his Croc items, get his High Jump and his Ice Beam. Okay, looks like Plumps is going to at least clear out Bulb Mountain before making a decision whether or not to go down to Lower Norfair. And Link can head straight there. I like this call from Link. It's aggressive, but he's got everything he needs. Don't know whether he's going to check GT or not. I suspect he may at least save before heading down. Pete making short work of the gate glitch. Link getting his gravity jump. Remembers to turn that gravity suit back on. Is going to take a save here. I like this. He can check the item. If the item's crap, he can reset out of it. The high jumpless spring ball jump out of GT is a little trickier than with high jump boots. And that's his only way out of there right now. Looks like he's gonna go check it. I like this. Plum's gonna go for a lava dive and hope it's not Dragon as the boss down there. Having a little bit. Okay, he gets it. And it's just an E-tank. So Link's just gonna reset. I don't blame him. I think that's a good call. You don't need that E-tank. He's got plenty of health going down into Lower Norfair. And interesting that the comment about Croc totally paying off. It's going to depend. If this is Fantoon down here, then I would completely agree. Croc totally paying off. They'll get the Fantoon fight done. They'll know to go to the wrecked ship because it'll be completely open to them. They'll kill Ridley, get their gravity suit. If this is Dragon, on the other hand, they're going to have to double dip this unless they want to do some grapple beam shenanigans to get out of Dragon. So we'll see what happens. So everyone in Lower Norfair, Link with a huge advantage having that gravity suit, but gonna be a little less safe. He's gonna have to be a little more careful in that he doesn't have the screw attack, but he does have plasma and lots of supers, so he should be just fine. We'll have to do a spring ball jump most likely to get through this room here. Worst room in the game. This is not. I mean, it is possible to do the wall jump here. Those of you that may have watched Sloater versus a Real Cutie in the playoffs the other day saw two really good runners do that wall jump. But not everybody is Sloaters or a Real Cutie, so most runners can't do that. Everybody else is going to have high jump boots to get through that room, so it'll be a lot easier for them in that sense. Kind of an interesting contrast in Lower Norfair. So we have the one gravity suit but nothing else, and then we have everybody else having everything but gravity suit, essentially. Looks like Link is either menuing a little bit late or perhaps hitting the jump button out of the menu a little bit late. That looks like a good pause. There we go. Using ammo to kill those pirates when you have charge plasma. I mean, maybe, I don't know if he forgets he has the charge beam. Okay, Elf gonna go ahead and check the Fire Fleas item. Plumps in his worst from the game, just an E-tank, but he is gonna take it because he's getting kind of low. And we're gonna shortly see what we have here. And we have... And it is Dragon. Ouch. So that is huge for Link. He will be able to clear this. Everybody else will either have to reset or have to do a grapple jump out. Looks like Pete is going to go ahead and try and do this and get a grapple jump out. I would suspect Pete can do this. I'm not sure Plumpster Elf can do this. Link, on the other hand, has his gravity suit in hand and will be perfectly comfortable doing this fight. Yeah, so for all of you that say that Wreck Ship is never the play in Boss Rando, it absolutely here was absolutely the play. The game gave you the Various suit, gave you more than enough supers to defeat Ridley. so you can get that gravity suit and head right on down. And if you're wondering, the gravity suit cannot be behind this. So there's nothing behind here that can help Pete get out. He'll have to do a grapple jump. Potentially could do a double spring ball jump. The double spring ball jump, well, neither one of these is in logic, not the grapple jump or the double spring ball jump. Just a little more common that people can do the grapple jump. And we get an E-tank. So that'll help a little bit. It'll give him a little bit of extra energy to work with on the grapple jump, since every time you try for it, you're going to take damage. Elf also going to go for it. Again, I don't know that he knows how to do the grapple jump, so I guess we'll find out. And Pete going to go for the grapple jump for sure. Elf getting a nice quick kill. Link also getting a nice quick kill with the grapple beam. Pete going to go for the double spring ball jump. Elf ignoring that E-tank. He should pick that up, unless he's really much more accomplished in this grapple jump than I think he is. This is something, if you haven't practiced it, you're not likely to just get, but you never know. Link using some nice gravity jumps to get back out. And Plumps decides I'm just gonna go. I know what my limitations are. I'm just gonna go leave, probably go to the wreck ship, find that gravity suit wherever it is. Oh, and Pete does get that double spring ball jump. Nicely done. That is not an easy trick to pull off. And Elf decides he's going to reset as well. We'll have to come back here and kill Dragon later. And we'll see if Link decides to check anything else on his way out of here. Again, he doesn't really, at this point, he doesn't need anything. Doesn't even need that ice beam. He doesn't actually have the ice beam. I know it's marked on the tracker. He never went to Croc, so he doesn't have the ice beam. But having already killed Dragon, he can go up the tube, up the toilet, and go around. Okay, Link, gotta be a little careful here. These guys will kill you if you're not careful around them. That would be a shame to lose this nice lead that he's built up to these key hunters. Looks like Link is just going to farm up a little bit. Doesn't have speed booster, but does have a wave plasma combo, so you can do what we like to call the speedless speedway. This tech now almost a year old, found last January, where he basically shoots out some of these garbage blocks so he can get through. The trick here is you have to do it by spamming the button. You can't just hold down shoot. Elf trying some Suitless Meridia. He does have an Ice Beam. So he can do this. It is in logic with the items that he has, but it's not going to get him anything. It's kind of an interesting choice here. I don't know why he just doesn't go up to Fantoon. Same thing, and Pete even more so, because he knows that Ridley's up there. Maybe he just wants to make sure that Fantoon that the wreck ship is available to him when he gets there, but Suitless Meridia is such a slow play at this point. Plump's making the right call heading to the wreck ship. He's going to hit Ridley. He'll be fine. He's got 45 supers maximum. He's got full beam combination. This will not be a hard thing for him. Link doing the right thing, heading over to that tube. Yeah, he's going to go up this tube, and then he's going to be able to backdoor his way. He could check Plasma on his way, but there's really no need to. I guess it could be Space Jump or it could be Bombs. Both of which are good items, but neither of which he absolutely needs right now. Yeah, it does seem like Pete is going to go straight over to Bot Wound. Let's see, Elf going to check Mama Turtle. Probably not going to be happy with what he sees here. It's just an X-ray scope. Which, I mean, to be fair, he's got Charged Plasma. It's a nice item to pick up. He'll make that Dragon fight when he gets back to it much easier. But not exactly what he was looking for. Plump's meanwhile in his Ridley fight. We'll be very happy to find the gravity suit behind here, and we'll probably just pick that up and leave. X-ray does not get you out of Dragon's room. It gets you out of the room before Dragon, the so-called Precious room. So X-ray is not going to help him get out of the Dragon room. It's like Plums is just waiting for Ridley to pick him up, and he does. And he'll be thrilled to see that gravity suit. Meanwhile, Pizza is going to head all the way over to Bot Wound. Link heading into his Fantoon fight in Meridia, which is always a little weird. Plumps with this shiny new gravity suit will probably just leave Meridia, or sorry, leave the wreck ship right now. And Link finishing up Fantoon. In a very, very comfy go mode, 50 supers, more than enough to do the Zeb, since he will not be able to do Zeb skip, having neither speed nor ice. Looks like Pete is just going to keep on going, even though he did not find a gravity suit. Oh, and there's that speed booster. So that'll be nice. Link will have a speed booster now. He could do a speed Zeb skip now if he wants to. But this much ammo probably doesn't need to. And it will make things faster on his way back. So certainly a nice pickup for him. So that means Pete also has that speed booster. Pete into that Fantoon fight. Looks like Plumps is going to go ahead back down to Lower Norfair to do his Dragon fight. Okay, Link going to make his way over to Torian now. Gonna refill the ship. Good idea. He does not have. He needs those power bombs. He's got plenty, but want to have full complement of them before heading over to Turian, since he won't have Ice Beam. The only one of our runners never to go to Croc, therefore never to get Ice Beam. Didn't get Ice Beam. Didn't get High Jump, but that early wreck ship play kind of made it so he didn't need to get those items. He didn't need to go to Croc. So. Elf going for the Ice Cliff here to get to Botwoon. Plumps, meanwhile, back in the worst room of the game. Gonna go do that Dragon kill. Link grouping those Metroids, drawing them to him with those power bombs. Can use a few extra doing this because he's got 20 total. Meanwhile, Elf's still having trouble with that ice clip. And finally gets it. He's going to have to be careful of his health in this bot wound fight. He does have a good beam combination for this, though. Fortunately, did not pick up that X-ray scope. Would have made this pretty easy. 4 charge shards will do it, though. But it's going to be very disappointing not to find that gravity suit over here. Pete, meanwhile, going to head back towards the wrecked ship. And when he sees that gravity suit, assuming he checks behind Ridley, he's probably going to shake his head a little bit. Elf sees the speed boost. It looks like he's going to go grab it, but we'll see if he decides to continue on and go for the full suitless. Link, without any high jump boots, just going to damage himself down here. No point in trying for baby skip here. It's supposed to be doable, but it doesn't save any time. Pete will be able to at least spark over to the wreck ship this time. Wasn't able to do that when he tried this before. And with full beam combination and a max of 35 supers, he should be fine in this fight. Elf continuing on, hoping to be able to, seeing if he can do the full-on suitless. Pumps meanwhile finish up Dragon. And Link into his Mother Brain 1 fight. Has plenty of ammo for this. Then full beam combo. Well, not full beam combo. With this beam combination, no ice beam. Still only 24 shots, so he should make very quick work of this fight. Pete finishes up Ridley. Let's see if he checks the item. And sees the gravity suit. It doesn't even pick it up. Wow. After all that, he's thinking, damn, if I just beaten Ridley the first time, this would have been so much easier. Pete gonna go ahead and refill at the ship here. And Link making very quick work of Mother Brain 3. And just has to escape. And of course, the escape a little bit more tricky without those high jump boots, but Link handling it just fine. Pete getting through his Metroid rooms. Finishing up Fantoon, while 64-bit Link finishes first place on the restream, second place overall with an official SRL time of 59:05. GG to 64-bit Link. Our first place finisher overall, already in chat, is Toasty with his official SRL time of 53:14. GG to Toasty. And welcome in 64-bit Link. GG.
Yeah, thanks. That was a pretty interesting seed.
Yeah, that was the wreck ship first.
Yeah, it was like the wreck ship first, which is usually like the probably not the most optimal play in a boss rando, but I kind of shoehorned myself into it with the meme route play, and then it wound up paying off.
Well, I don't know. I actually think the wreck ship play is a little underrated in boss rando potentially, because it certainly gives you plenty of information. In that situation, you had 3 bosses that you were going to be able to kill, and as long as it wasn't Dragon, you were pretty good.
Yeah, and that was, I think even Dragon, like, I think I had the capability as long as I maintained Crystal Flash ammo.
Yep.
Which was actually kind of the trickiest part, because, like, I know I, like, consciously skipped one missile pack, but there were not a lot of missile packs early on in the season.
Well, and also, you did have grapple beam, so grapple jump would have been a possibility as well.
Yeah, that's true. Just, like, I am not very consistent at all with the Dragon grapple escape, so But yeah, that wound up not even being necessary because yeah, it was Ridley there. And it's interesting, just early Varia and then just like beating Ridley as your first boss
Yeah.
tends not to come up very
Yeah.
often.
So Pete did basically the same route you did. Ooh, Pete. Running into Mother Brain there. Oh boy. Um, yeah. And unfortunately with that, Pete is forfeiting. So yeah, he also went to he did basically the same route that you did, but he died to Ridley. Had a little less ammo than you did. You went in there, I think, with 30 or 35 supers. He had a little less than that.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I mean the one thing is I think I picked up every super I came across early on because I'm just like, well, probably on the charge list plan, and then I just charge randomly showed up.
Yep.
So, but which I'm kind of glad about because since I never found ice, it just meant okay, I was just secure to do Zeb skip.
Yep. Yeah. The play there was Croc had high jump and ice beam.
Oh yeah.
So which was actually rather unfortunate for everybody else because by getting that high jump, it said, well, let's go to Lower Norfair and see what's there. And of course, they all ran Dragon without a gravity suit.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, that's one of those interesting things about boss randomizer. You just sometimes it's like yeah, sometimes you could just like the random boss chance of like can make what otherwise is like the optimal play of going right into Lower Norfair. If you run into that one, if you run into Dragon, then that's. I mean, I think like most of these players can do the grapple escape, but it's still not the boss you want to see down
No,
there.
no, not at all. Yeah. So yeah, and then so of course Pete managed to kill Dragon down there and got out with a double spring ball jump. Everybody else ended up having to reset out of there. Plumps went up to the wrecked ship right after that, got his gravity suit, and went on his merry way. Elf was doing all sorts of suitless stuff. I'm actually not sure at this point what exactly he's killed because I think he may have reset out of getting out of suitless there. So I'm not sure, not entirely sure where he's at right now. But yeah, the other amusing part was when Pete finally made his way back over to Ridley and saw that gravity suit. Just said, "Nope, I'm skipping it now." Okay, so it looks like Elf needs to get a couple of bosses back. Oh, just one. I'll get. Here we go.
Oh yeah, and I guess the other thing was that I was kind of counting on Dragon being in Lower Norfair because I didn't have ice or speed, so I was basically counting on that so I could like backdoor through Cack Alley to get to that boss. So I kind of lucked out in that way because otherwise I would have had to do a ton of item cleanup. And what would have been awful is if it turned out that it had turned out that one of those was in wrecked ship.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because if it had been Fantoon down there, then I mean, you probably would have checked Croc before heading back up to the wrecked ship. But yeah, that'd be awful if it was go down to kill Fantoon in Lower Norfair to go back up to do to do wreck ship to get speed or ice. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess that's just like randomizer is like, yeah, it just happened that this seed just basically worked out in pretty much entirely in my favor.
So I'm not sure what's going on here that Plumpst is leaving Turian. I'm confused. I turned away for a second. Oh, he needs some super missiles. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not enough to get through the Zebs. It's a good thing he didn't go all the way. That is not enough to get through Zebatites at all. 10 will not kill. Actually, no, it would. He could get through the Zebs, but then he couldn't get through Mother Brain 1. Because you could use 10 and a super for each Zeb and refill each time, but then you're left with 1 super for Mother Brain 1. That's not going to work. I think he just forgot to refill the ship. That's a big oops. Elf, meanwhile, is going to finally go hit that Ridley fight.
Yeah, I guess regular missiles were really scarce in this seed. Because I'm seeing like both Elf and Plumpst with like 10 and 15.
Yeah, early on, you guys got a ton of supers, and then, of course, once you got Charge Beam, most of you stopped looking. Elf finishing up his Ridley fight. And we'll be very happy to get that gravity suit, no doubt. I suspect he will pick it up. Showing some rage there. Okay. You know, you could have come up here. You didn't have to do suitless. You didn't have to do it.
Yeah, but I know I mean I've been in that kind of situation before of gambling on a suitless and then gravity suit is somewhere really obvious and yeah. I'm sure it's a thing that everyone has done at one point or another.
Okay, Plum's heading back into Torian, so his metro rooms will be super easy now. Since they're already dead. Actually, I'm not sure the ones in the last room stay dead. We'll find out in a second.
I mean, if you killed all 3 of them, then they should still
Yeah,
be
I think so.
dead.
I don't know that I've ever... Yeah, I think you're right. We'll find out in a second.
Because that's why the strat is like if you know you need the...
You kill 2 of them. Yep.
Yeah.
You kill 2 and you don't kill the 3rd one. Okay, now Plum's into his... Looks like he's not going to go for Baby Skip. Okay, Plump's going to go ahead and refill. He's got plenty of ammo now to finish this up. But yeah, I guess he did have Ice Beam for Zeb Skip before, but 5 supers and 10 missiles was not going to get him through Mother Brain 1, so... Either way, he had to get those supers up. So it's a good call on his part, because once you go past that threshold, you can't go back. And that would be essentially a soft lock. I don't know when his last save was. Gets through the skip. Now is more than enough ammo for this. And of course, we'll do the 20-shot fight with the charge combination he has. Okay, looks like Plump's setting up for stand-up glitch here. Did not? Okay, looks like he did turn off the Varia suit. Elf's gonna go ahead. He had trouble with this ice clip before. Hopefully, he can get a little quicker this time. Because he knows speed boosters on the other side. This is well, it's actually not required at all. He could have gone down and killed Joy-Con first, which actually would have been a faster way to go. But you know, in the end, both will work. Okay, Plump's now in the escape. And unfortunately, I am going to have to cut this off after he finishes. So I'll go ahead and let his credits run. But in the meantime, first of all, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to our runners, 64-Bit Link, Alfonso, Plumps, and Pizza34. And to Toasty, who ran in the background. Thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting us, Mind of Me for setting us up, Ghost Wizard for doing the tracking, and a reminder that we do have a playoff race coming up at 4 o'clock, a game 3 between Cross Product and Dirksu. It's going to be a full randomizer with full boss orders, so it should be a really good one. That's going to determine who goes on to the quarterfinals between those two players. So I really do hope you all tune in then. And Plump's finishing off with official SRL time of 1:15:50. And like I said, I'll let the credits go ahead and run before I cut it off. But I hope to see you all back here at 4 o'clock. That will be that playoff matchup. That will be on Speed Gaming 3, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yep, that'll be on Speed Gaming 3. Coming up next on this channel will be the Super Metroid Link to the Past Randomizer combo. And of course, lots of Link to the Past tournament races going on throughout the day as we're well into that tournament. So, hope to see you all in a few hours.